So, we hear about the negative effects all the time. But what are the positive sides of social media can bring to the society? Let's take a look of that today. Hello everyone, I'm Arifah Nabila and also my other group members are going to share about the good sides of social media. According to statistic.com, over 3.96 billion social media users in 2021. Social media has become a huge part of our culture and society. It is something that we deal with all the time. What are the effects that it has on our world? And really, as we have looked over the search engine which is Google and also YouTube, it's pretty clear that they tend to focus on the bad sides. Are there any good side of social media? Well, yeah, that's what we are going to look at for today. So first, we are going to talk about how social media helps business owners with their business. Social media has bring a huge change to a business world. Social media allows millions of people to connect with each other and also allow business owners to promote their business to people all over the world. Regardless of whether your business is small or large, online or offline, social media provides a great opportunity and advantage for every business. We currently in a world in which traditional advertising strategies are not enough. Now, people consume more advertising online than in print media, radio or television. Have you ever seen the ad when you play YouTube video? That was an example on how business owners promoting their business. So, the best way to understand how social media marketing apps business is to understand the main reason you need it. Today, I will share with you the 4 main reasons why you need social media for business. So, let's jump right in. Reason number 1 is where your customer are. Your customer are on their phone, looking at social media all the time. Particularly, after work, they are not watching TV anymore. Looking at Bernama TV, Bulletin TV3, Berita TV9 and also Astro Awani. Those channels still exist, but today the new TV is Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, Snapchat and also Twitter. This is where your customer are, and so therefore it's important cause that's where you need to be. Reason number 2, social proof is a part of the buying process this day. When somebody is analyzing who they are gonna do business with, they typically gonna look at your website. Maybe do some research about you. They are gonna see what your online reputation looks like. And nowadays, they are also checking for social proof. Do you have any followers? And the assumption is, if you don't have any followers, you probably don't have any customers. And so, do you wanna have that kind of assumption about your business? Probably not. Which is why you need to invest in social media marketing and start building a following for your brand. Reason number 3, it creates brand awareness. Brand awareness is huge to your success because somebody may not be able to or ready to buy today, but they may be in a week or a month or 6 months or a year from now. And when that time comes, you want them to think of you first. And by staying in front of these people on social media is building brand awareness. It's renting space in their mind whether they like it or not. So when they finally do need to buy your product or service, they think of you first and not your competitor. Reason number 4, you have to invest in it because if you don't, your competitor will and you'll get passed up. You have to evolve. Marketing is always gonna be needed. It's like we need food and water to survive. A business needs marketing to survive, but the vehicle of which, the way that you market, that's gonna constantly change and constantly evolve, and that's what's occurred with social media. This is where your customer are now. So whether you like it or not, that's where it's going. So that's where you need to be.
5 minutes later. Do you have any WhatsApp? Do you have any Google account? Do you have any Facebook account? Do you have any Twitter account? What do you do with your social media account? In today's connected world of learning, the impact of social media on education is a driving factor. Every human has been uses social media for the specific use, such as for students to get information related to each other with their peers. In the use of social media, according to MCMC, that stands for Malaysian Communication Multimedia Cooperation, data of 93% of the use of social media in last year. Malaysian users and secondary education is also found in that percentage. It provide the best education to students who study online at home. So today, together, I, Muhammad Zahiruddin bin Muhammad Zakubadi, I will impress on you about the good side of social media in education. Firstly, about the good side of social media in education is that students use social media well in finding the information they want to perform the tasks that have been given by their teachers. This statement is supported by data released by MCMC, shows a total of 29.7% in the use of learning through social media, and 74.3% shows a high percentage in information searching on the internet, such as finding information on Google, watching YouTube, search information on bloggers, and others. This shows that it is very helpful for students in carrying out the tasks entrusted to them by their teachers. And secondly, with social media, teachers and students can stay in touch with each other to deliver education planned by teachers even while still at home with a variety of new learning environment through various social media apply. For example, teachers can do quiz through the Kahoot application and implement learning through the Google Meet directly with students at home, despite being far away from their respective home, but still able to communicate through the use of social media and the internet. Then, with the social media, students can improve their quality and creativity in the use of social media by doing tasks given by their teachers, such as doing tasks in create video using their own creativity. With this activity, students will try to explore various applications and social media to succeed in the given task so that students can learn something from the task given by their teacher. And students can show off their talent as well as ability on social media to get feedback on what they do. With this activity can help students to increase self-confidence in presenting something to outside community with beneficial partnerships such as singing, knowledge sharing, and information sharing, and so on. With this activity not only help to the student but also give something new to the audience on social media. And the last from me, the conclusion is that social media can also help students in seeking knowledge in various new ways, not only in the classroom but also able to learn anywhere. With the presence of social media, we will all stay in touch well. Finally, from me, in this topic, everything that is done has its own beneficial and should not be abused with things that are not beneficial. The last from me, Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Next, me.
Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. My name is Inidia binti Muhammad Tauhid.
And my point is, social media can keep in touch with friends and family members.
In this digital age, almost everyone is familiar with social media. The trend of social media is not only used as friendship media, social media is also used for various other interests like selling, growing business, and even for political campaigns. The virtual world is evolving so rapidly and a favorite place for humans to interact with each other without limited space and time. Certainly not the same as the real world. There are some ethics that you must understand in utilizing social media to build relationship because establishing communication in cyberspace is not the same as the real world. Social media is a website that can let us to interact with each other people who are using the same website. For example, when we comment on Facebook posts, forums, or picture of people, we can use the social media website. Sometimes these things make it easy to communicate no matter wherever across the street, across the state, or across the country. We still can keep staying in touch with friends and family members. Furthermore, we can share photos with our friends and family members who may not live in the same country, or we can find out information about our favorite football players and news that happen in our city. But always remember to be careful. Only become friends we know on Instagram or Facebook. Do not give any personal information to everyone we do not know on the social media sites. Although social media is able to allow us to get new contact, but we also need to be careful with contacts in social media because many cases such as rape, fraud, and scammer can also occur in social media. The cases of fraud always happen for those that had met someone through the social media. They will usually follow all the desired as requested by a friend in the social sites. For example, such as they will use various excuses to invite you out and make an appointment by stating the place and time. Most teenagers, especially the girl, like me, will go to the place that has been mentioned without thinking and without any suspicion. However, when the girl arrived at the place that had been specified by the social site contacts, they may have even deceived, or some of them have even been victims of rape. Therefore, we must wary of new acquaintances because we are not clear with their backgrounds. The conclusion: social media is the best platform to keep in touch with friends and family members. But we also need to know that social media has disadvantages that should be avoided. That's all for me. Thank you very much.
5 minutes later.
Social media is an outstanding tool that is becoming quite popular these days because of its user-friendly features. Social media platforms like Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, and more are giving people a chance to connect across distance. In other words, the world would it at our fingertips. All thanks to social media, the youth is primarily one of the most dominant users of social media. All this makes you wonder that something so powerful and with such a massive reach cannot be all good. Like how there are always two sides of the coin, the same goes for social media. Subsequently, Different people have different opinion on this debatable topic. So today we will see the advantage of social media. Firstly, learn new things or pick up new skill. Social networking sites are the best thing that happen to students. These sites have helped so many students to do more and become better in their studies. Be it Facebook and Twitter, both sites contain update educational page. Someone who got no effort to join classes could quickly go to YouTube and take free online lesson. In Malaysia, the Ministry of Education has collaborated with Google. Google LLC is an American multinational technology company specializing in internet-related service and products, including online advertising technologies, a search engine, cloud computing, software and hardware. It is considered one of the extensive for internet stock along with Amazon, Facebook and Apple. Through this collaboration, students can go through their lesson via Google Classroom and Google Meet, hassle-free during these uncertain times. The MOE has taken this approach to make sure a vast majority of students do not get left out of their studies even when the alma mater is shut. Second, social media can help make a living and make money. This COVID-19 pandemic has caused millions of people all across the globe to lose their jobs and income. Millions of Malaysians making a steady six-figure income have lost completely from being fired or even the industry shut down. Many Malaysians are using social media to generate income as they are struggling to make ends meet. Social media is one of the most cost-efficient digital marketing methods used to syndicate content and increase your business visibility. Implementing a social media strategy will significantly increase your brand recognition since you will be engaging with a broad audience of consumers. To get started, create social media profiles for your business and begin interacting with others. Get employees, business partners, and sponsors to like and share your page. Simply having people interact with your content will increase brand awareness and begin building your reputation as a business. Many Malaysians are now so-called online business owners. All in all, there is a handful of goods in social media. Use it wisely. Social media is just a buzzword until you come up with a plan.